Well, as usual, on qualifying day, we got a bit of a mixed bag. We'll start with Ohio. We didn't go with George State. Jason and I talked it over. You know, looking back, yeah, he made a break. Okay, he made a break. Trotters do that from time to time. He won a mile in 2.2 after making a break. He moved him at the quarter pole. He got used hard. It was a rough week. And yeah, I'm all for, you know, working the horses hard, but this particular horse, I find it hard to believe he made a break for a reason that was mysterious. There's something there. So I don't think there's any issues with the horse, whether it was the recall, whether it was whatever. I just don't think overall qualifying the horse today would benefit anybody, anyone at all. So, you know, so you qualify him today, you empty him out 2 days, and back 48 hours after he was emptied out already. Well, you going to go back in 7 more days and race him? No, come on. So it makes no sense to qualify the horse today. So Jason and I decided that we weren't qualifying the horse. We're going to qualify him next week. It's a long year. Treat him like a good horse and treat him like a horse that qualified well and made a break. It's not really the end of the world. The fillies schooled today, schooled well from what I'm told. Now, an update on My Jazz. Her tie-up wasn't as major as we thought, but she did bleed. So I thought the tie-up precipitated the bleeding. Maybe not. Maybe there was more at play there. So I left it up to Jason, obviously the trainer, and the vet, whether they were going to put the filly on Lasix or not. That's what it's there for. So it's very frustrating, though. This is a filly that never needed Lasix last year. We scoped her multiple times. Never had an issue. Trained down fine. Schooled good. No indications that she was bleeding or was what we would call a bleeder. But she bled. So did she have a little infection? Was she sick? We drew her blood. I left it ultimately up to Jason and the vet, but I told them in absolutely no circumstance are they supposed to rush to get this filly ready for the Hackett. I could care less about the Hackett. There's bigger fish to fry in Ohio in the year 2021 than the Hackett. So as of right now, it looks like we have 2 series going on, the Hackett and a smaller diminished series in Northfield, our home track, I think it's called the Iron Maid. George fits it, GW Chrome. I'm a Lovely Lady fits it. So that's good. That's a spot for them. They don't necessarily have to go to the Hackett, but they will have series to race in. So that's good. So Ohio is squared away. Fox Valley, Britska made a break last night. Looked like he hit himself and rolled off stride. I had said to Jason, listen, if he's going to go on the track at 11-1 from the rail and the nominators are 2, if he did it because there was a layover, great. But if he's literally 11-1 horse, send him back home. We can race him at Flamborough in London until we decide if we're going to Indiana or not. There's no problem whatsoever there, and I know he can beat a nominators 2 at London or Flamborough. So I left that up to him to mull over, have the vet look him over today, and then decide, is he coming back this way? Because we do have horses leaving, right? I wasn't impressed with Braemar this morning. I'm mulling over if we're going to send him. I'm mulling over if we're going to send him to the Meadows right away or race him on the B tracks here. I wasn't impressed. Last week I was okay. Yeah, I thought he was good. Today, no. I removed him to the front. The horse on the front was pulling up. Phil was roaring to come back around him. I come back around him. Right away, Scott Young covered me up with a horse he should have been able to pace with. And really seemed disinterested. Now, it's not unlike him, but I didn't expect that today, really, to be quite frank. So, I believe when it comes to, first things first, when it comes to Ohio, we'll make a decision in the next 24 hours if Fox Valley Britska is going to be back in Ohio or coming back here. Easy enough to fix. When it comes to the horses here, qualifier from Brave World was good. 28-2 into the wind, 54-4. That's a good mile for him. He's ready to start racing. And perfect record for those of you out there that, quite the opposite, right? We never know if the horses are going to mature into better horses. We hope, we pray, we put the work in and expect the best, and in some cases plan for the worst. 2 very different horses today when we look at it. So we have Cut the Line, who, quite frankly, didn't qualify well. I mean, I'm not interested in scoping her and drawing her blood. I'm interested in selling her. So I think we're just going to put her up for sale. This is a very well-bred Bettor's Delight filly that we waited on. Didn't work out. Then you rewind back to set number 4. Trixton Colt, perfect record, really looked average at best in the fall. What would he mature into be? Is he okay? And then just go out and obliterate a qualifier, 58. Now, again, it was windy. Don't take my word for it. Just look at the flags. 58, flat, 30-2 on the end of it, all by himself. Looked real, real good. Much better than anybody could have anticipated. I'm very, very happy with, to say I'm happy is a massive understatement, with perfect record. He was a breath of fresh air this morning. And then we went out and went with Braemar, and he did his work. 56, I expect more. You know, this horse looked better last year. So he's got to round into shape. We got to tighten him up. But does that mean throwing him into a stake series at the Meadows? Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. I haven't made my mind up. So another part of my mind being made up will be tonight. How does Captain's Maid look? How does she race? She's going down the road tonight. I want to see how she's going to behave tonight. So we'll see how Captain's Maid races. Spend that money. We sold Ailsun the other day, so there's still some questions lingering and circling around. Spend that money. And then, of course, the show stealer, hopefully, at least leading into tonight and hopefully after tonight, will be a Glare AM coming off a monstrous qualifier. Really, really excited to see what she does tonight. Now, another little update on what went on with Kevin's barn last week. A lot of people are asking me when the horse is going to be in. So what you have to do is we have to apply to change the trainers on those horses. Will they allow horses on site to be changed on site to our trainers here? I don't know. Historically, it's been difficult. Now Kevin is out of the picture, so it's not like we're trying to switch barns. We're not switching barns. We have the same owners. We have the same organization. Something happened that was unfortunate, and we had to make a very strong decision, and we did. So I hope that they're going to okay those trainer transfers. To Jason, I know somebody had said, well, can we send Timo Houdini to Ben Bergeron? Yeah, we can. But I'm not sending one horse off the property first, because, as you can imagine, what would likely happen will happen. We'll send one off, and they'll say, well, just send them all off, just to save face. And I don't want to do that. I'm not paying somebody to train, Broadway roll. It just makes no sense. So, we will get to the bottom of it. You're going to have to give me a little bit of time. I'm not asking for a lot, a couple of days max, and we'll have this sorted out one way or another. But that has been the problem, why Donadover wasn't in the qualify, why Blue Monk and Timo Houdini weren't in the race. We're not allowed just yet. They have to okay the trainer transfer. So that's where we're at right now with that. I don't want to dwell on it. It will be behind us as of Monday of next week. So that is your update for today. Great day at the qualifiers for Brave World. Perfect record. Okay for Braemar, but I expected more. Not shocked with Cut the Line. And then our horses schooled well at Northfield Park. Off to the races tonight. We got Spend That Money, Bad Post, which seems to be the way of the week, doesn't it? Bad news. 8-hole, 8-hole, 8-hole. Spend That Money drew poorly. Captain's Maid drew 6, the outside also. Glare AM, I believe, also drew the outside, but we'll endeavor to overcome as we always do. So, I'll talk to you all soon. I hope you're having a better week than last week. I know I am.